Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Briggs and Mortar Heights Facebook Live Tips Tuesday. My name is Michelle Briggs. I'm a residential realtor with Strata, Texas, and I am your host for the show. And what do I tell you every time? I'm your collaborative realtor. I believe that you are the expert on your house, where I'm the expert in the real estate market. And through our collaboration, we can get the best offers for you. Yay. All right. So today we have Shona Bascon. She is the owner of Gotcha Covered Galleria. It is custom window treatments. And I'm excited about having her because of who she is in the business. And we all need window coverings, right?
Yes.
Welcome. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so my husband and I own the business together. I'm basically take the lead, and I am the designer and owner. And my husband measures. Our son sometimes helps us install, depending on the product. And then our daughter helps us with social media. So it's kind of all of a family thing. We really enjoy it. We have lots of fun doing it. We're busy not only with the business right now, because also our daughter is getting married. So she'll be getting married in October. Yeah. So very exciting.
Congratulations.
So yeah, so usually, in the evenings we're kind of winding down with the business, but then we're also picking up, okay, what do we have to do with the wedding? So trying to take care of all that and juggle all the balls. So, but it's really fun. I love the business because I get to go into so many houses like yourself and see all these beautiful homes, or see the potential in homes, right? And like you, being collaborative, so working with people and trying to understand how are they going to live in the home, how are they going to use this home, to help them with that. And before this, what I did was I worked in corporate America for years, worked really, really hard, and retired early, and thought, hey, this is great, I'm going to retire early, I'm going to love it. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I'm bored. I have to do something. So I loved when we remodeled. And one of the things that I did not have a good experience with was the window treatments. So I wanted to have a better experience for other people with that, because the person that I called just came in and said, what did you have before? Well, I had honeycombs. Okay, here's the honeycomb book, pick it out, I'm going to go measure it. Came back, what do you want? It's like, well, is there anything else? And so I've got some samples to show you today of some different things that you can choose. Yeah. So because a lot of people, you buy window treatments and they last you forever. So, or they should, depending on what you buy. So it's great because so many new things have come out and people aren't aware of some of the products that are out there. So, more people are becoming more interested in motorization, which is one of the things that I love as well. So I have a mix of motorization and non-motorized shades in our house. And I'm bored now with the non-motorized. I want them all motorized, but I just haven't upgraded them all yet for that. So I got to do that.
So how long have you owned? When did you start Gotcha Cover? You told us a little bit about what product you have. Kind of expand a little bit more about. How did you discover Gotcha Cover? Is there a class? Did you go to what? How'd you learn about all these blinds?
So I worked with a broker for a franchise because we wanted a franchise. We knew we wanted our own business, so we wanted a franchise. So that's what I did. We worked with a broker. They gave us several choices, but I really loved Gotcha Covered just because it focuses just on the windows. Although we do some other things. We also do drapes, we do bedding, we do custom headboards, pillows, cushions, outdoor drapes, outdoor shades. So we do those as well. But they put you all through the training. They have, great 3 weeks of training, and then all the manufacturers train you as well. So we have a lot of manufacturers that we deal with, so we can work with every price point. We've got Hunter Douglas, we've got Alta, Horizons, Graber, we've got Carroll Fabrics, we have Forest drapery rods. We also have Kirsch drapery rod. So a whole big line and lots of fabric. I think I carry 8 or 9 fabric lines and there's just a whole bunch. So this is just one book of, some of the fabric that I have, just one simple book of fabric and just some really cool stuff. But I work with some designers and they'll come over and look at my fabric, try to narrow it down, of course, when I go out to talk to a customer. So the more a person knows about what they like, the more it helps. And to pick out stuff for them to look at. And we also have a program, that's the other thing I liked about Got You Covered, was called Got You Inspired. So if you don't know what you want, then I can send you a link to our web-based page. And on that, you go through and you look at everything and you like the different rooms and window treatments that you see. And then I can go in and look and say, oh, Michelle really liked pirouettes and she liked shutters. And, she also liked side panels for her windows. So that really helps me. And also I can see if you consistently like the same colors as well.
Right.
So,
Right.
but if you don't do that and you have questions, I can help you with that when I go out to talk to you.
Got it. So how long have you owned Got You Covered?
Almost 2 years now.
Yay. Excellent.
Yeah.
I love it. No. And are there other Got You Covereds in Houston, or do you cover all of the Houston area?
Yeah, so there are other Got You Covereds in Houston. I'm in the central area of Houston. So I'm in downtown Heights, River Oaks, Westview, Bel Air, all that, Brays Heights and all that. And then I go all the way at I-10 through Piney Point and Spring Branch and all that, all the way at I-10 to Beltway 8. Then we have one in Katy, one in Cypress, one in Sugar Land, one in the Woodlands, one on the east side that's in the Atascocita. And then we also have a brand new one down in Clear Lake. So
nice.
Yeah.
Got You Covered has Houston covered.
Yes, we do.
It really does. Okay, yeah. So you showed that little booklet of fabrics.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about your blinds and your fabrics, and the options that individuals have, if you can condense it down to a few minutes.
Yeah, well, so like I said, we have several providers, right? I'm going to show you 3 samples of motorized shades. Okay, and the first one is a really good value price point, and this is by the Window Outfitters. And this is a blackout shade, roller shade. You got your remote here that can go on the wall, and all you simply do is push the down button.
Oh my gosh!
Come down. Yeah. So let me move over here a little bit more so you can see that better. I get behind it. Okay, and then you just push the up button and you can stop it at any point that you want. So it's nice to position that in the window. So this is a blackout one, and this is a really good value price point. Then we've got another roller shade, which
I have to come measure my windows.
Yeah, this is a banded shade. I love banded shades. This is kind of a midpoint manufacturer. This is by Alta. So instead of being a motorization with a remote control, we have motorization with just a wand there. And then this comes down and you can see there's solid lines and there's sheer lines. Okay.
Yeah.
When they go all the way down, you can't see through them. You can't see me, right?
Right.
But if you want to open it up in the morning, you just kind of go up a little and get it lined up so you can get some sunlight coming through those bands.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, you could also roll it all the way up. Oops, push the right button. So if the sunlight's coming in at the top of the window and you want to block that sunlight, you can have it like this.
There you go.
All the way down. Yeah, so that's one thing. And then my all-time favorite from Hunter Douglas, which is called a pirouette. It's a roller as well. All these are rollers. And this is a pirouette. So they're the only ones that have something like this. So let me get this going here.
Hunter Douglas.
So it comes down flat. Okay. It's kind of like that banded shade. That it kind of looks like a Roman. And then you can see on the side, you kind of have these little kind of curves coming out, okay? Well, if I don't want to roll it up, but I want to see through those curves, I open up the veins.
Very fancy.
Isn't that? And then I can close it. And I can roll it all the way back up.
Now, if you have more than one, do you have to have a remote for every single window shade?
No, you have a remote based on the manufacturer. So Hunter Douglas, you can put 6 shades on this remote. Some manufacturers, you can put You can get remotes that have 5 shades on them, some that have 10, some that have 15. So it all depends on the manufacturer and what they have. So that kind of gives you an idea of the different lines that are available. And then another thing is that's always fun is curtain rods. So this is just a sample of a curtain rod where you can get the acrylic ends. You can also get the rod to be acrylic. You can get another end cap here, which is this is like the stainless steel, but you can also get these rods and end caps in all these colors that you see here.
Oh, nice.
So kind of the bronze, the silver, the black, the gold, the stainless, or the brushed nickel that you see here, and the acrylic. So some really cool things that they have there. And then a sample of
this is awesome.
Drapery is this. So this is a panel, and it has different pleats at the top that you can choose from. This is a 3-pinch pleat, but you can get a 2-pinch pleat. You can get one that's tacked at the bottom or at the top, like this one here. Okay, and then this is at the bottom. So those are called 3-pinch pleat. You can get 2-pinch pleat. And you can get also ripple fold, which I don't have a sample of a ripple fold. But one of the things about custom made draperies are you get this beautiful, backing where your lining is sewn in, and the lining is always shorter on the bottom than the drape, so it doesn't hang below it.
Nice.
And this helps keep your fabric lasting longer and not fading. It also helps keep your fabrics and on your cushions, on your couches from fading, and also your floors from fading. So you always want to get your drapes lined. People try to save money by not getting them lined, but then you end up not having your investment last as long, because really drapes and window treatments are an investment. You need to think of it as like, I'm buying a car. I'm going to have this for the next 10 to 20, 30 years. In fact, I had a person call me the other day that they wanted to know if their blinds were still under warranty. And I said, well, what happened? They said, well, the string broke. And it was a Hunter Douglas. I said, well, when did you buy it? And she said, well, I bought it in 1990. So the strings are not guaranteed for 30 years, but but everything else was still working and looked good. And all she needed was a fix. So
that's great. Do you do repairs? Do your company?
We do not do repairs, but we can refer them to people that do repairs. Yeah. Okay. Or if it's a Hunter Douglas one, we can send it into the shop for them for Hunter Douglas.
Great. Yeah. Excellent. Well, I don't even know what to say. There's so many choices, and I love the automated ones. Gosh, and I'm sure there's just a plethora in between.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So if you are just joining us, my name is Michelle Briggs. I'm a residential realtor with Strata, Texas. Our guest today on Tips Tuesday is Shona Bascon. She is the owner and creator. What did you add in there? The creator,
lead designer.
Thank you. Lead designer. Thank you. I've got you covered Galleria, and they do custom window treatments. Now, she talked about her business and all the areas that Got You Covered covers. We say Got You Covered window treatments covers all of Houston. Got all of Houston covered. So if you're watching, she will have you covered. Now, it may not be specifically her, but Got You Covered is throughout Houston. All right. Also, she shared with us different type of blinds, the different type of fabrics. She just shared with us the different pleats on the drapes. There's so much to choose from. I can truly see how it is so important to have someone like you come in, and especially at the drapes are at the end of the process if you're redecorating, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
End. So everyone knows when you watch my Tips Tuesday, I always do a call to action. So below, put gotcha, #gotcha. And I will have Shona reach out to you directly for you to have a conversation about the different products that she has, and potentially come out and take a look at what you currently have, how she can incorporate some new stuff, take out the old, add the new, whatever that looks like for you. Shona's your resource. So #gotcha below, and she'll reach out to you. Okay. So what is the process? Now, like I said, we just mentioned it's at the end when everything is complete, colors are on the walls, flooring is done, furniture is in. then it's giving you a call to say, okay, let's take a look at what you have compared to the design that I've created in my redecorating or with my interior designer. What does all that look like?
Yeah, so it looks different ways depending on how you're doing it. So if you're working with an interior designer or an architect or builder for a remodel or new build, then, and you want to have hardwired motorization, I need to get involved in the very beginning because we need to make sure there's enough electrical in your program, in your plans, and that the right wires are run to your windows. So I get started very early with that. I work with interior designers. A lot of them don't want to do the hard treatments, so I'll work with them on doing that and to come up with the right shades for what that designer has as their view. Okay. But if you've just said, like, I'm updating my house, I'm not adding on, but I want to put in new blinds, then give me a call. And then what we do is we kind of talk on the phone about some stuff. I send you a meeting notice to come out to your house and give you a free consultation. So what I'll do is I'll go out there. Before I get there, I'll send you Gotcha Inspired, where you can go through and look at the pictures. Once we're out there, we'll hold things up in the window next to your paint to see how it looks, because things really do look different in different houses, different paint, different lighting. So you want to see it in the house to see how it looks, and you want to feel it. Do you like the feel of it? Okay. Because it may look okay in a picture, but it may look totally different in person. So, and then once we do that, we get the quote to you. Once you sign, you put down your deposit, we get it ordered. And right now, depending on what you order, it can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to maybe 4 or 5 weeks, or maybe even 12 weeks if you're getting a lot of drapes. Soft treatments, drapery is taking a lot longer than anything else right now. Because so much work with it, and the fabric comes from overseas. So then after that, it comes in, we keep you updated on where it is in the process, and then we install it we call you to set up an install date when it comes in, go and install it, and then we follow up with you later to see how it's going. So that's kind of the overall process. Yeah. And one of the things I try to do with people too is that, sometimes if it's a brand new home and they haven't thought about window treatments until they've moved in and they're like, oh, we have to cover our windows, and they don't have the budget, right? Because they didn't think about it. Then I'll work with them on, okay, we'll go through what rooms you're going to use the most. What are your concerns with each room? So, usually it's privacy in the bedrooms and the bathrooms, and we can do a quote for that. And then we can always come back a year or two later and do the rest of it. So those are things that we try to work with people. And one thing that, I'll give it to you later in the tip.
Yeah. And you know what, when I never really thought about that, but however, window treatments do last for years and years and years. So if you do, have treatments placed or window treatments in your bedroom, and then you wait for budget purposes. I'm a budget girl. So you wait next 6 months later, then you go, okay, I want to add this room. It's not that huge it's not a big deal.
No, right? It's not. Yeah. And usually they'll have the same fabrics for years, right? They usually update everything like every 4 years. Mm-hmm. So, if you can do it and just because they update doesn't mean they've eliminated everything. So, all the colors and everything. So,
well, that's good to know. Okay. So if you're building a house and you want the wiring for the actual window treatments, they need to call you sooner in the process. Right?
Yes.
When they're doing the designing and all of that good stuff.
Right.
Especially custom home builds.
Especially. Yes.
So if you're redecorating your home, then once everything is complete and you're not adding a wiring inside the walls.
Right.
Once everything's complete, the painting, the furniture's in, the flooring, that's when they reach out to you. And maybe not exactly when it's all complete, but when they've chosen all of the colors and the actual flooring, everything.
Yes. Yeah.
That way you can come in and see what you can create with them based off of that. So hopefully by the time everything's done, the window treatments are in.
Right. And if they're waiting on some of the stuff, so, sometimes people are waiting on new furniture for 6, 8, 9 months, right? But if they have swatches, then at least we can look at those swatches with them, right? Yeah. And do that so they don't have to wait until those are in if they want to go ahead and get started. Because depending on what product they want, it may take a few months. So if they want to get that covered, before they move in or shortly after they move in, then, you know, we can get started before they actually have everything in. But they do have to have their flooring in. They have to have the paint. The windows have to be finished. The drywall, sills have to be in, or we can't get the right measurements.
Right, for the measurements. Got it. See, that's why you're here. But you guys, I mean, the time flies. I think I could talk to you another hour about window treatments, and having you as a resource. I love that for my clients, customers, future clients, and anyone that needs window treatments, reach out to me. Hashtag gotcha below. Shona will reach out to you directly. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michelle Briggs. I'm residential realtor with Strata, Texas. This is Shona Bascon. She's the owner and lead designer of Gotcha Covered Galleria Custom Window Treatments. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe below, and I always ask, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. All you have to do is search RELTR, the number 4 and the letter U, because I am the realtor for you. Have a great day, and we'll talk